Hey Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great today. So these are going to be for like the middle of September. I'm saying like the 16th to the 22nd. So I'm going to do a number of readings today. So I'm going to start with the yes-no spread with some qualifiers. Then I'm going to do a double Celtic cross spread. So I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross with qualifiers built in. Then I'm going to be doing some Lenormand, and then I'm going to end with Love Only Oracle. Feel free to jump in and timestamp if you want, guys. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be doing that. It just takes a lot of time to actually go through each video to do that, and I'm just not going to. I don't have the time right now this particular week because I'm back. You know, we're back at school. The universities are open, and I'm full blown on time online teaching. And I'm very busy with my readings as well. So I actually had to pull back on a lot of the astrology readings that I normally do just for the time being. I'm still doing tarot, limited astrology as well, just because my schedule is really kind of wonky. But I'm hoping within the next like 6 to 8 weeks, I'm going to be able to structure my schedule so that I could do more. And I actually want to start doing some Zoom sessions. I mean, I'm always on Zoom with my students anyway. What's the big deal? But it's just very difficult for me to be able to schedule that right now. So that's the deal with that. Anyway, enough shop talk. So as far as the sky goes, we have two things happening this week. 17th, we have the new moon in Virgo. It's trining Saturn. Really good, practical Virgo, and with slow and steady Saturn. We actually like these two together, but we have to keep in mind that we do have Mercury retrograde, right? Mercury retrograde on the 9th. Till the middle of November. And I want to explain how I'm understanding this energy right now. We're all sort of in this space where it's like all the chess pieces are on the board, the checker pieces are on the board, the cards are on the table. Everything is out in front of you, where things that you haven't been really clear about, you're gaining clarity. You might not know what's on the other side of everything, but options and desires and feelings, everything is sort of there. And we really need to be honest with ourselves about what's right in front of us, because that's what Mars retrograde wants us to do. Remember, Mars is the Tower card in tarot. And what is that? The Tower means I'm going to take down what's not meant for your path so that I could bring you on the Chariot into that Cancer metaphorical fourth house home energy. That's what it means. Mars wants us to get in touch with what it is that is meant to be on our path. That relationship, that job, are we resonating with it? Are we in it for the right reasons, or are we not? I'm really getting in touch with that. And that's what the retrograde gift is, right? Because it does call us to go within. That's what it's about. It's about this call to go within and get very, very real and very honest with ourselves. And we have to see like what's viable, what's not in our life right now. But we're going to have a level of clarity that we really haven't had, which is going to be really good. Now, at the same time, we're going to have optimistic Jupiter is going to be in harmony with Neptune. It's going to be making us all feel pretty idealistic, a little dreamy, but Jupiter at the same time is going to be in tension with Mercury in Libra, creating this kind of frustration when it comes to could be communicating. You might be having some sort of frustration having to do with your siblings or extended family. But I feel like, more than anything, what a lot of us are going to be feeling is this level of frustration in figuring out what it is exactly that we need to know or we need to learn about a situation in order for us to be in it in the way that we see our minds in our mind's eye, or in a way where we're going to be as successful as we would like to be, you know? And just really getting in touch with that in the biggest way. You know, I just feel like there's going to be this, okay, I see things more clearly. I kind of know what I want to do. I'm kind of scared to let that go. I feel like I need to let that go, but I don't know what that even means in the context of my life. Like it could mean letting that relationship go, letting that job go, whatever it is, letting go of a way of thinking, a way of approaching things. Just letting go of a certain perception that you've had of things. But then what's going to fill that spot is, you know, kind of where we're all at right now. All right, so let's get into the question. Okay, so formulate that question. Those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. My name is Jackie. This is going to be for any question, a main question that you have on your heart having to do with anything in your life that would require a yes or no answer. You want to formulate the question in a full sentence format. You want to ask it the same way 3 consecutive times, the same way. Focusing on the cards. One question, ask it 3 times, full sentence format. Okay. Then we're going to pull 3 cards to come out with one solid answer. Card number 1 is the Hermit. So we have the Hermit. The Hermit is a neutral energy. We have the 6 of Coins, which is a yes. And we have the 6 of Swords, which is a no. Wow. Okay. Taurus making me work here. So we have a no. Doesn't even want to stay up. Like, no, I don't want to stay up. We have a no, we have a yes, and we have a neutral. So what this means is possibly, but you're going to have to work very hard at it. That's what this means. Okay. Not as direct as you would like to, so let's pull some clarifiers and see if we can get more answers here. So the Hermit is being clarified by the 9 of Wands and the Princess of Wands. The 6 of Coins is being clarified by the 8 of Swords and the Ace of Swords. And the 6 of Swords is being clarified by the Lover's energy and the 8 of Cups. Okay, so getting right into the Hermit energy. This is a Virgo energy. So this is about taking the space to do some serious thinking. So if this has to do with a relationship, this may mean you going it alone for a little bit. For some of you, this can indicate you working on your relationship in private, right? I would say like this can have to do with like a love affair where you guys need to be discreet right now, right? Because this could definitely indicate that. But it's this going within. And it's going within for clarity. It's a quest for personal truth, right? And it's really all about spiritual illumination that's very much in the forefront of your mind. And we have the 9 of Wands energy. Now, the 9 of Wands energy, this is a Moon and Sagittarius energy. Moon, as I feel, Sagittarius is about moving forward, right? So this is an energy of strength, I do have to say. So this is a keeping and maintaining boundaries. This is being really persistent. This is not... This is like about keeping your ducks in a row, right? Because what comes after the 9 of Wands is the 10 of Wands. And it's like, I can't do this anymore, right? That's the card of overwhelm. So it's like you're almost there, but you still have fire in your belly for something. But you're doing a lot of thinking about this. You're doing a lot of thinking. And then we have the Princess of Wands energy. So whenever we have the Princess of Wands energy, we always have to think about young, right? So this could be literally a young person, but this could also indicate somebody maybe a little immature. Can be, but this can be a new project, a new creative idea, a young, how do I want to say, like the beginning of a career, right? Meaning young, the beginning of a job, a new job opportunity, a new relationship, the beginning stages of a relationship. So there's definitely there's newness here. So some of you may be in a space where you're really trying to figure out, like maybe if it's got to do with relationship, you still have fire in your belly for the person, but you really know that you guys need to step away from each other for a minute and you guys need to figure out a way to start over. That's going to be for some of you. For others of you, the Hermit energy regarding work can be being furloughed, being fired, going, sort of on your own direction, but you still have fire in your belly to work. It's not like you just want to lay down and give up, and this would indicate a new job or a new offer, a new opportunity, or a new idea, something to explore, okay? And then we have the 6 of Coins energy. So the 6 of Coins is a good energy because it's about really kind of having each other's back. I mean, it's a really good way of looking at it and just kind of, giving and receiving help, there being this element of generosity here. So that could be, you doing the work and you getting paid, you and your partner having this level of reciprocity, right? But there's something about it that's almost like, because then we have the 8 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords is like a card of entrapment, right? But it's very self-imposed restrictions, isolation, feeling very imprisoned in something. So you can feel very imprisoned in a relationship. You can feel very imprisoned in a job, in a family situation where you're needing to help somebody out. You guys have each other's back, okay, but there's an element within it that you feel very kind of like the sense of self-imprisonment. But then we have this Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords, I like this because this is about new ideas, right? But this could also be new conflict. For some of you, this can indicate surgery. For others of you, this can indicate mental clarity, because swords can always indicate surgery as well. As can Mars, by the way. So, because Mars rules sharp objects. So having Mars retrograde, going within. So this could be a time of surgeries. That's going to resonate with some of you, either you or somebody that you care about. But we have these new ideas or this new conflict. And this new conflict may be presenting this space where you feel like you don't belong. Because really the Eight of Swords is that. It's like your shoes are on the wrong feet. Where you feel like people are speaking negatively about you. You just feel like you're not really belonging. Or your partner, you feel like there's something inauthentic about how your partner is handling the relationship. Something feels askew, right? Something is just like not the way it's always been, and you're definitely recognizing that. Then we have the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is about, moving away from the toxicity. Even if only in your mind, right? But this is Mercury in Aquarius, and Aquarius is always about focusing on the future, right? There's always this element of focusing on the future and moving forward, right? It's a necessary transition. So for some of you, this can be quite literally relocating, moving. This can be quite literally that. For others of you, leaving one job, going to another, leaving a job, leaving a relationship, leaving something, right? Because there's this transition, but then there's this need to make a decision. Because when we have the Lovers energy, the Lovers is about needing to make a decision in relationship, job, whatever it is, but there's this other energy involved in it with you. So it's this recognition, like, look, we have stuff, there's a history, we have issues, okay, but like, let's do the best that we can to actually fix these, right? Because this is, Archangel Raphael is all over this energy, which is really beautiful. So if you and a partner decide that you want to make some changes in a relationship and you guys are on the same page, this is beautiful energy. If you and a business partner are realizing that you need to make some adjustments in the way that you've been doing business, this is really, really good. This could also have to do with connecting really closely with anyone who has a shared soul purpose, right? So this could even be a friendship, family kind of connection. It really can be. Or it could be resolving within yourself, right? I mean, yes, it does have to do with partnership, deep love, a choice, the strength of two together. But because it's a Gemini energy, and Gemini is very, it's a very dual energy, it could be having a very strong sense of resolve within yourself to work something out. Kind of like I can't do this anymore, or I'm just going to do this now. Like, could fall on one side or the other. But now then we have the Eight of Cups energy, and the Eight of Cups is a Saturn and Pisces energy, and this is walking away from something, right? I mean, this is a walking away, and it's a withdrawal, it's a retreating, it's a moving on, it's abandonment. You want to watch out for this energy. So this could be feeling sad, but not feeling regretful about needing to leave a situation. This could be a relationship, this could be a job, an idea, something that you had your sights set on, because it's a Pisces energy. So Pisces is that dream space. So wherever you saw yourself going, you realizing, you know what? Not so much, right? I mean, there's a level of toxicity going on here, and I need to leave it. But you want to make sure you handle this with grace and dignity, I do always say, because the Eight of Cups are emotions. So you really want to make sure that you're handling this with grace and dignity. You don't want to end up creating any sort of nasty karma for yourself here. So, yeah, I mean, so for some of you, if this has to do with relationship, it could be moving away from a toxic relationship, making the decision, though, to end it. Others of you making the decision to try to work it out, but it not being so easy. So that like if something's going to work, it's going to take a hell of a lot of work. It really, really is. And only you are going to be able to decide if it's worth it or not. I mean, that's the thing with these yes, no's. I'm sorry it wasn't more direct for you, but yeah. All right. So let's get into the Celtic Cross spread. So I'm going to do the Crystal Visions I'm going to do for the first spread, and then the Light Seers Tarot for the clarifiers. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. Guys, don't be scared by reversals. A lot of times they have way more positive messages than even the upright, okay? Okay, we got the Lover's energy here again. Okay, is the outcome. We got the Sun as the foundation. We have the best to be expected is the Unknown card. We'll talk about that for a second. Okay, we have the Emperor. So I'm just going to layer them, and then I'm just going to pull them together and talk about them as teams, so to speak. We got the Tower. It's okay. Remember, the Tower can often be just very internal. Can mean the ending of something, like in the 3D, but it doesn't have to. Okay, so let's talk about the situation right now. So we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so the Queen of Swords in the reverse is a cold person, very rigid in their logic, could be very dishonest, very unkind, could be rather manipulative. This could be you, this could be somebody you're dealing with, this could be somebody at work, this, anyone like that. But I love that we got the Emperor as the clarifier, because the Emperor, first of all, is an Aries energy. This is the leadership, taking control, being assertive, being confident. So even in the light of dealing with this person, this cold person, rigid logic, right? Even despite that, you being in your leadership vibe, and I that's awesome for you. Really good. Okay, so crossing is the Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So the Nine of Pentacles is it's a Venus and Virgo energy. It's about Nine of Pentacles could be, I don't want to say a selfish energy, but it's really focusing on your money and like your needs and what you need as far as mental, physical, and emotional connection, right? So it's there. You're very focused on what you need. But then we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is also about celebrating the sacred within your marriage. This could also indicate meeting somebody new. This is a really great energy having to do, because this has to do with belief system. This has to do with customs, traditions, the way things are supposed to be. Okay, so we kind of have a me versus we energy here, right? Because the Nine of Pentacles is like, oh, I could breathe. I have enough money left over to get myself something. I want to do something for me. I'm going to focus on my money. I'm going to, and just kind of being in that space. You want to just be careful. It could be a little egotism indicated here. But then we have the Hierophant, which is more of a we. So I like the fact that we got these two together, because you're recognizing your wants, needs, and desires, but you are also able to open up to what somebody else wants, needs, and desires as well, or at least they're hearing you as well. So I see some sort of reciprocity here, which is good. Best to be achieved out of this outcome. We have the Unknown card, and the clarifier for this is the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, remember, whenever we see a page, could be a little element of immaturity or young, meaning this could be indicative of a new job, right? Where you're young in that new job, in that new position, a new idea. This could be you starting out a new major in school. This could indicate you starting out a new relationship. But this is the thing. It's with the Unknown card. So it's like there's something new, and you're not supposed to know exactly what the best expected outcome is. And sometimes we just have to understand and honor that sometimes we're not supposed to know everything straight out of the gate. In the foundation, we have the Sun, which is amazing. This is about having everything that you need to make something happen. This could indicate material success, being on the right path. And now we have it clarified by the Four of Wands in the reverse. Now the Four of Wands in the reverse is, for some of you, this could indicate like leaving home, moving out, having an argument with somebody, leaving a job. Because remember, the Four of Wands in the upright is about a strong foundation. It's about moving in together. So right in the reverse, it's kind of all of these other things. For others of you, it could be a great delay in being able to move in together, a great delay in starting that new job, whatever it is that you're really looking to do. There's this necessary delay. There's a necessary delay, right? But we do have the sun there. So I like it because I feel like whatever delay is here, the sun is sort of going to counterbalance that, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. You're going to have everything that you need, but there's this delay right now. But you know what? I mean, isn't that the way everything is right now? I don't think anything is working at the speed that we would really like it to, right? At least for the moment. So in the recent past, we have a King of Swords and the Queen of Swords energy, which I do have to say, it does indicate when we have a King and a Queen together, it does indicate, especially if they're both upright, well, if they're both upright, a really strong partnership, I do have to say. So really great if this has to do with an intimate partnership, a business partnership, a friendship, some sort of family connection. This is really like nice energy that's going on between you guys. So I do like that. So the King of Swords. So the King of Swords energy is a Capricorn and Aquarius. So this can quite literally be, Capricorn is the landlord of the 10th house of career, right? And Aquarius is the landlord of the 11th house of goals and wishes. So, and it rules the future. So this can quite literally mean starting a new job or a job that is going to bring you into your future, that's going to help you meet your goals and wishes. So really, really good. But what I like about this is that you're staying very much in this mental space and not allowing your emotions kind of run the show, which is really good, right? Because you're going to stay grounded and you're going to just stay very, very practical and very pragmatic. Or this is the energy from in the past. Queen of Swords energy also is just very, very straightforward. This is, very straightforward. Laying it on the line. Virgo and Libra. What's necessary for this relationship? What's necessary for this work? And really speaking very forwardly, right? Because it's Virgo in Libra. Virgo's very critical, and Libra's about that partnership. So it's being critical of the partnership, being critical of money, being critical of how someone speaks to you, the level of communication, the intimacy, how loved do you feel, how do you feel, all of that. And you right? So this is where you are at, is right, getting in touch with that sword energy and keeping it real, just being very, very real. Right now we have you are the Knight of Cups with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, the Knight of Cups energy, Aquarius and Pisces. So you're very focused on approaching your dreams from a different perspective. For some of you, you're going to resonate with it like this. For others of you, this is starting a brand new job. For others of you, this is a brand new relationships with somebody who's actually very different than anyone who you've ever been with before. Let's see. Yeah. So that could be a different ethnicity, a different personality, just somebody who, is just very different than anybody that you've been with before. Now, when we have the Two of Pentacles reversed, this is an inability to commit. And this very almost palatable struggling, feeling overwhelmed. Could be any of these things. So you might be experiencing within yourself an inability to commit, or you're just struggling with overwhelm right now, Taurus. Like something is going on where you're just like, make it stop. Like I just want it to be this way already, kind of thing. So some of you can be feeling overwhelmed, having to do with work, having to do with schoolwork, having to do with a relationship, or maybe a combination of all of that, right? But in that overwhelm, we have this Knight of Cups. And in the overwhelm, we have this new dream being created, this new relationship being created. Something is being created here. Now, do they have the problem with the inability to commit? Perhaps. It could be rolling out like that. You may be dealing with a new energy that has the inability to commit, but to be honest with you, because this position in the Celtic Cross is you and only you, I feel like you may be the one that might be struggling with committing in the way to something. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be to something else in the way that's necessary for there to be this different outcome, right? In moving into the future for yourself. So it could have to do with money, career, relationship, whatever. Now, the energy that's surrounding you, we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and we have the Magician. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles in reverse is, for some of you, this could indicate a foreclosure on a property. For others of you, some sort of family conflict. For others of you, a sense of loneliness can be indicated with the Ten of Pentacles. For others of you, it's just this general sense of lack. Money's not going well in work, or you're just feeling very kind of disconnected, you know, just kind of in this strange space. But we have it being clarified by the Magician, which is interesting because the Magician ruled, it's Mercury, and Mercury rules the 3rd and the 6th house. So the 3rd house is Gemini, and the 6th house is Virgo. And what do these two signs mean? Well, the 3rd house is all forms of communication. It also has to do with signing your name on the bottom line of some sort of contract. It has to do with your siblings. It has to do with extended family, short distance travel, your neighborhood. The 6th house has to do with your day-to-day, especially your day-to-day work environment, people that you work with. It also has to do with your health. It also has to do with your small animals. So the Magician energy, when we talk about it being an alchemical card, that means a combination of those two houses. You follow? So that 3rd house, again, communicating, learning, right? Practical, your immediate environment. What do you need to learn? What do you need to communicate? What has to change that's going to have a positive impact on that 6th house of day-to-day experience, day-to-day work environment, your health? What needs to change? Okay? So that's what I see happening here. So that's what's necessary. Because the 10 of Pentacles right here does indicate to me some sort of conflict, loneliness, some sort of issue. And there needs to be a new approach. This is surrounding you. And I like that because ultimately, I mean, that's what you want. You want a problem solver energy. You want, right? We want solutions. We always want solutions. You fear, we have the High Priestess and we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this indicates somebody, you're dealing with an energy that's greedy, a greedy person, envy, financial dependence. Now this has to do with your fear. This is your fear position. So you may be fearing that somebody might end up being greedy. You might fear your own sense of feeling greedy. You might fear being financially dependent on somebody else. You might be fearing your ability to establish financial independence within yourself. So all of these things can be an absolute fear. And with the High Priestess energy, remember the High Priestess is a moon energy. The moon is what we feel inside. And it's to really getting in touch with what it is that you want to move into the future and not talking to anybody about it. So but this is in your hope and your fear position. So it's like you want something to go a certain way, and what you're wanting and what you're hoping for, you're also fearing at the same time. And I do feel like a lot of it has to do with your ability to be autonomous and self-sufficient. Yes. So, I mean, I feel like, sometimes readings go like this for me anyway. I'm sure those of you who are readers understand. Like there's a real melding here between resources, independence, and relationship, right? It's not, they're not so independent. Okay, so as the outcome of this, we have the Lovers, which is the need to make a decision, and the Wheel, which is a Jupiter energy. Now, when it comes to work, this is really good. This is making a decision about having something to do with work and it going really well. This could indicate meeting a new person and you guys really putting in the work to make it work. This could be making a decision within a relationship to fix something, reconnect, do the work that's necessary, right? This has got Archangel Raphael all over it. Archangel Raphael blessings, beautiful. And the Wheel, again, being Jupiter, I do just want to say the little caveat, as I always mention with the Lovers energy, particularly, I mean, that's just sort of bolstering the vibe here, is that if it's a relationship that where there's a reconnection kind of thing going on, if the bones of the relationship were not good last time around, it's not going to work out this time around. Jupiter will not bless it. It's the kind of thing where if you guys get back together, you have to let the love just sort of happen organically, the relationship happen organically, and not try to fit a circle in a square. So if you're dealing with the narcissistic energy, you're better off just making the decision to not even, re-engage with them. Just leave them in your rearview mirror, so to speak. That's such a challenging energy to work through, and you can't mitigate that, right? You just can only control yourself, right? But if things were good, if the bones were good and you guys maybe ended things or were just in a weird space because of other factors, Jupiter blessings are here. So we like that. Now, check this out. Wow. Okay. As the near future, we have, first of all, let's just talk about the Nine of Swords for a second. The Nine of Swords is rest, recovery, healing, relief from extreme torment, because the Nine of Swords, I always call this the 3 a.m. anxiety card. It's way more positive in the reverse. We like this in the reverse. What I like though is this is like powerful here, because we have the Tower. So Taurus, I was saying, like the Tower could be, the Tower is always a Mars energy, and Mars always looks to bring us on our rightful path. So this could be like, Taurus, what is your line of thinking that you need to update? You need to tear down that way of thinking. You need to update your thinking. Could be that. Could be the ending of a relationship that was not meant for you, and in a weird way, even though there's pain, there's relief. Even though there's pain in the ending of that job, there's some sense of relief, because you knew on a deep soul level that something was not serving you in the way that it was supposed to. You have been feeling this for a long time. A long time. So what I like about this is, even though the Tower is always shocking, even if the red flags have been flying in your face forever or whatever, there's always something shocking about that ultimate epiphany, that ultimate, the lights being turned on and something ending, or the realization that something needs to be put to rest already, right? That it's reached its expiration date. But I feel like when that happens, though, you're going to be very ready for it, because you have this Nine of Swords in reverse. Not to say that you're not going to be feeling anything. No, of course you are, right? But there is this idea of you giving yourself some time to rest. You're giving yourself some time to recover, heal. But there's going to be this sense of relief that comes with it. From just relief from extreme torment. And I know that sounds super dramatic, but that is what I'm sensing here for sure. So there's change going on here, releasing something. And I feel like when you release it, going back to the yes-no spread, something definitely needs to be released before something else can be implemented, put into play, acknowledged, anything like that. All right, so let's pull some Lenormand, and then we'll pull some love oracles. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Give me the messages for our Taurus friends. Labyrinth. Trying this, trying that, trying the other thing, knocking your head against the wall. It's a frustrating energy, but it's a good energy, because it's the kind of thing where it's like, this could be you trying different approaches to work, trying different jobs, dating different people, going through different perspectives of a situation and realizing, nope, that's not right. Nope, that's not right. Oh, wait, this is a little better. And thank goodness I went through those other things, because those things helped bring me to this place. You follow? So it's a good energy. It's just, it requires some trial and error, basically, is what the message is of that as an isolated energy. And then we have the Cage with the Rose. So are you going to keep it open, or are you going to keep in it, stay within it? Keep whatever you need to understand inside. Keep yourself in a gilded cage, or are you going to allow yourself to come out? You know, and this is the kind of thing where you need to make the decision. We have the Snake energy. We have the Dice, taking a chance. Okay, I not keep getting, but I think I got this like 3 readings already. Clouds with the Sun. Mask. We're in the Mask. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, good. And a new cycle. So, I mean, let's focus in on the obvious here. We have the Snake, where it's like some sort of duplicitous activity. Some sort of, somebody is either two-faced. This could be like a gaslighting kind of situation, somebody who's doing a lot of deflection. Not a healthy energy. Now, this could also be you. This could actually be you in your own thought process, okay? Because when we have the cage, because remember, the Lenormand, you don't read it so much in isolation. You have to read it together. This tells me that you're going to be trying different things. But in order to figure out the one thing that's going to unlock what it is that you need to do in that relationship, in that career, having to do with money, having to do with family situation, whatever it is, there is something you may be telling yourself that might be some sort of false narrative. Don't beat yourself up if you're resonating with this, because everyone does this at some point or another. It is part of the human condition. The beauty of the human condition is that we're flawed. And we do stupid stuff sometimes to ourselves that probably in the long run makes sense in the moment, but in the long run probably don't end up serving us. And I really am kind of feeling that for you, because to have it with the dice, what I'm getting here is that what needs to be unlocked is whatever area you're being sort of duplicitous with yourself about. You know, really looking at whatever narrative it is that you're telling yourself, and really taking a chance here with the dice, and really taking a chance and being very honest with yourself. That is how I'm seeing it first and foremost. So let's just go through that interpretation, because when you do that, it's not going to be easy, because it's never easy to see where we might be telling ourselves some false narratives, you know, hence the clouds. But then we have the suns, and the sun has the birds, which indicates freedom. Then we have the mask. So the mask is all about feeling one way inside but behaving another way on the outside. And it can be just a mask that you're wearing for the time being while you're trying to figure something out, because you might not have something entirely figured out yet as you welcome in this new cycle. Okay, so if your belief system is changing, and I'm referencing back to the tower, and then we have the snake here. So, you know, if there is this element that you feel within you where you're feeling your belief system change immensely, okay, you may be in this space where it's like you're wearing a mask because you kind of have to, not because you're looking to pull one over on anyone, but because you don't have yourself totally figured out yet. You're changing. Some of you are going to resonate with it like that, but I see a really nice, there's an ending and a beginning at the same time. So I just see like this new birth process that's happening for you very internally, Taurus. That's really, really beautiful, actually. Now, for others of you, I do see there being this, for some of you, like a very obvious one would be you're dating a number of different people, but there's something about an individual person that you start to date that you're like, I think I need to look at this more clearly. And they end up, you taking a chance with them, and it doesn't go well. It doesn't go well, right? You kind of play them at their own game, because that's another interpretation of the mask, is needing to play somebody at their own game. And as you play them at their own game, that ends up kind of freeing you from the person so that you could sort of get rid of them, right? I mean, I hate to say it like that. That sounds very rude. But it allows you to have a new beginning where you're in a space where you're going to have to play somebody at their own game. Now that same interpretation could actually have to do with, could also be associated with any sort of business partnership, as well as a long-term, actually, relationship as well, where, you know, you're trying different strategies to something, and there is something that you're sensing here, and you're sensing that you're dealing with somebody who's very, very duplicitous. You really are. And you're taking this chance, though, in engaging with them and it not going well, and then you being in this space where you need to play them at their own game, but it goes well for you, and it ends up inciting a new cycle for you. Okay. And let's pull some love. So we'll start with some homemade oracles, then Island Time Wellness, then I will just pull a bunch of cards. Pull a bunch of cards. See what other additional messages we get. I can't ignore the signs I'm receiving any longer. They are everywhere. You are everywhere. Okay. Someone's missing somebody, or somebody's feeling a certain way here. I love you, but I'm afraid to lose my freedom. I don't know how to balance this. I'm insanely attracted to you. Okay. Then there's that. Okay. Can't ignore the signs I'm receiving any longer. They're everywhere. Photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia. Wanting to make new memories. Okay. Dragonfly. Be lighthearted. Finding out. Things coming to light. Adapt, change, heal. Well, look. I mean, if I love you, but I'm afraid to lose my freedom. I don't know how to balance this. Like, what do you do with that? I mean, that is not such an uncommon kind of thing, but what exactly do you do with that? Because there should always be autonomy in a relationship. So I guess there's a need to recognize, is perhaps somebody dealing with some codependency? Who knows? Ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. Preparing for union. Okay. I think that one wanted to come out. Spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Wow. Beautiful. Forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. That's true. You know, I always say, toothpaste is out of the tube. Easier said than done, sure, right? Be nice if we could just turn into robots sometimes when it served us. Be nice. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more attractive. This could be the one you've already met the partner you seek. Express your love. Go ahead and make that romantic gesture. Make the romantic gesture. Okay. Okay, well, this guy just wanted to fly out. Saturn, return age. Yeah, you know what? I like it in Saturn with relationship, believe it or not. Because, first of all, some of you may be dealing with somebody who's older than you. There might be an age difference in this connection. But this is the kind of energy. Saturn is about length of time. So if you can figure this out, this is also very indicative of people who you might be married once or twice before you finally find that relationship that works for you later in life. This is about something that lasts for decades and decades and decades. And that's the gift of Saturn. Everybody gives Saturn a bad rap and calls him the great malefic and all of this. But Saturn is like the one who rewards us. That's why Saturn is the world energy. But age might be a thing here. Oh, Pisces. Okay, Pisces, the mystic. Imaginative, compassionate, healing, empathetic. So Pisces is the 12th house, ruled by Neptune. In tarot, it's also associated to the moon energy. So it's you feeling very deeply. So there's something that you're feeling very deeply about. I feel like that you're not completely sharing with somebody. You're not really opening up about. Having to do with this connection. We have Leo, Saturn, yeah, and the 9th house. So, all right, so there's some sort of belief system about, Leo is a very me-based energy. It's 5th house. It's the house of fun. It has to do with romance. It has to do with the act of sex. It has to do with children. It has to do with boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, what we do with a partner on a Monday through Sunday. And when I say boyfriend-girlfriend, I don't mean gender, but I just mean like non-marital, because marital is more 7th house. So this is more like a love affair kind of stuff, right? And then we have, now to have Saturn in there, again, here we have 2 Saturn energies. putting in that hard work. Again, age might be an issue, but I like it because we have the 9th house energy. 9th house is ruled, Sagittarius is the landlord, ruled by Jupiter. And this is about belief systems. It's about maybe you're dealing with somebody from a different culture. Maybe you guys are going to plan a long distance trip together, take some sort of workshop together, or you're very attracted to this person's mind. That could be it as well. Very attracted to their mind, their ability to get into like deep philosophical conversations. And we have the Magician. Pull 3 cards here. We got the 2 of Wands. We'll do this in reverse. And we have the 4 of Swords in reverse. So I like, let's talk about the reversals first. We have the 4 of Swords in reverse, which is restlessness, anxiety, burnout, just ready to act. Just really want to get to it. And then we have the 2 of Wands in reverse, which is about, you know, plans falling apart, right? Thinking small, having some sort of travel problems if you guys are trying to move ahead, but really not being able to take that first step and feeling very, very restless about it. But then we have the Magician. And the Magician is Mercury. Mercury rules the 3rd house and the 6th house. And I like the 3rd house and 6th house because they really do rule our everyday, right? 3rd house is communication, how we communicate in a very pragmatic way. It's our neighborhood. It's our, you know, our immediate area, right? And then the 6th house rules our day-to-day work environment, our day-to-day in general, our health. So, and you know, well, that's what Mercury rules, right? And so in a very alchemical way, the Magician makes a blending together of these energies, right? What do we need to communicate and learn in that 3rd house that's going to positively affect our day-to-day, our mental, physical, and emotional health within this relationship? What's going to help get rid of the restlessness and all of that? And I do see there ending up being this nice communication having to do with, you know, talking about the Pisces energy, which is about dreams and what is it that you guys really want together. And how are you guys going to be able to put the hard work in with this Saturn energy? What are you going to do? Because you're going to do it. You're going to do it because it's a spiritual connection and there's going to be forgiveness going on. And there's something very, just very destined. This is very destiny driven as well. I do feel like that. Because Saturn's about karma too. It's very destiny driven kind of thing. So yeah, that is what I have for you, my friends. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.